Hi, Miss Faison. This is Ann Brattenhorn, and I am presenting on my summer internship with Mission Possible in Austin, Texas. I'm currently in Austin right now, finishing up, and so I'm so sorry that I couldn't be there, but thank you so much for being so flexible. So this is my presentation for my summer internship. This was taken at one of our camps, this picture. I love this picture. I thought it was a great just kind of embodiment of the summer with the camps and the kids and everything. So I did my internship at Mission Possible in Austin, Texas. And Mission Possible is a nonprofit ministry. It was started in 2003 by Tim Pinson. He founded it. He really basically, his motives were to help lower income kids in at-risk situations, and so he started clubs in the government housing complexes. He started some camps, and he really spent time investing in those kids. And then he moved, he grew into homeless ministry as well, doing Bible studies and doing a church under the bridge every week, and so serving the homeless community in Austin. And then this was started in the 90s, and then in 2003 he moved to East Austin on the corner of 12th and Chacon, which was the major hub for drugs, prostitution, and one of the most dangerous areas of East Austin. And they've really seen a lot of growth in this area. They've had a lot of impacts in the community, just with different youth programs, community influence, and it's been really great. They've had great influence. So I'm going to take you through just a day at the office. So these were my interns that I worked with. We were the community impact interns, and so basically our job was to supervise, oversee. We got kind of a behind-the-scenes look at how the ministry worked, and worked with the kids directly. Kind of got the full picture of what ministry there looks like. This is another day at the office, kind of in a conference room before camp. We made some flags, and so we did a lot of work in this room when we were at the office. This was one of the weekly homeless Bible studies. They have this every Wednesday morning, and we were able to sit in with that, which was a really great experience to get to know some of those homeless people in the community. Every morning they do breakfast for them, so we were able to come in and sit down and just kind of say hi to them and talk with them a little bit and kind of build relationship with them, which was a really humbling and influential experience as well. Just getting to build those relationships and see different perspective. And then this was one of the outings that we had in the neighborhoods. We got to play with the kids, we got to hang out. We did that a few times just for fun, and so that was also a great experience to get to play with the kids, to kind of see firsthand who Mission Possible is serving. So this was our first week-long camp called Camp Nikos. This camp is for 6 to 11-year-olds, and these are all kids in the neighborhoods that they go out and play with the kids, do clubs, and then they get them connected, and then they do summer camp for them. So this was an all-camp photo, and so my job at this camp was kind of a supervisor, and so each kid was paired with a counselor, a high schooler, and so I was placed in a cabin with the campers and their counselors, and kind of was the overseer, the peacemaker. There was a lot of conflict because a lot of these kids come from trauma, abuse, and neglect, and so there's a lot of behavioral issues that we were confronted, and so my job was kind of a supervisor over that, to help the counselors, really to pour into them and make sure that they were good so they could go serve the kids, and make sure that camp was running smoothly. And so that was a really awesome kind of way to see how Mission Possible runs their camps. So this was my cabin. Unfortunately, I'm not actually in the picture, but these were the girls that I got to spend the week with and meet with and watch them build relationships together. And this was just another one of the day at camp with one of the girls and who I got close with. And so it was really cool getting to kind of be in that supervisor position and also get to build relationships with kids too. And so it was kind of the best of both worlds. So HEB camp was our next camp, and this was another week-long camp. And this was for 12 to 18-year-olds, so more of the adolescent age. And this camp, so this was on one of the hikes we got to do. This is not the whole camp because the kids were able to choose, and so not many did want to go up this steep incline. But this camp was my favorite camp. We worked with the adolescents, which is the age I really focused on throughout college and learned most about. I also just connect well with these kids that are this age. I feel I'm better. It's easier for me to have conversation with them, easier for me to build a connection, and I really enjoyed that. A lot of these kids come from the same situation that the younger kids came from at Nico's. Just a lot of trauma, a lot of poverty, abuse, neglect, just some really hard home situations. And so coming here, there is that level of bad behavior, of kind of disrespect, but getting to work with them through that and watch them grow throughout the week was truly amazing. So this is some of the pictures from camp. Basically, this camp was a lot more relaxed. We got to hang out, we got to make bracelets, we got to watch movies, eat snacks, and really just focus on building relationships with these kids because they really need that positive influence that we could offer for them. And so that was really amazing experience. And then our last camp was another week-long camp, and this was the Lil Nico's Day Camp, and this was for the 3 to 6-year-olds in their communities. This camp was from 10 to 2 9 to 2 every day, and we would go pick them up from their apartments and drive them to the founder, actually, Tim Pinson. It was at his house, and so we got to play games, do crafts, have swim time, and we provided lunch for them. And this was another camper to counselor week, and so my job basically was just to oversee, to make sure all the counselors were good, making sure that they were just feeling loved on and feeling energized to hang out with their kid. And then after we would drop the kids off, we all went back to Mission Possible and we would do work projects with the counselors. And so I would also oversee all of that, and we went and hung out in the neighborhoods and got to see the counselors also grow, which was another really cool part of that. So this is just at the camp during swim time. They were jumping in, and this was that night we got to go out and take the counselors out into the neighborhoods and meet the kids and that weren't able to come. And so that was a really cool experience to get to see them interact with the kids. So the last 2 weeks of the summer, we worked with the Christian Resource Center, which is a partner of Mission Possibles. The Christian Resource Center is basically just a network of different ministries in the North Austin area. It was an old school that was shut down, and so they had all of these empty buildings, and so ministries came in, and it became basically this network for ministries to come. And so they do job training, they do life skills, they do ESL classes and citizenship classes, GED. They do training for plumbing, electrician, auto technician. They do distributions. They have a food pantry, a clothing pantry, shelter for recovering drug addicts, and really just has everything you can imagine, pregnancy resource. And so I was working under one of the main ladies named Chris Rowley. And so my job was really to make flyers, to help her with the advertisements. I was actually able to have sit down with one of the ladies in the communities who has been out of a job for a while and is a single mother, and so I helped her make a resume and kind of get some hope back in her and find some jobs and really figure out where her skills were. And so that was a really great experience, getting to have that one-on-one time with someone in the community. And so this was some of the staff that we worked with and some of the people that offer their ministry service to the Christian Resource Center. And then this was just a day in the office working. And so these were some of the interns and some of the staff that works at the Christian Resource Center. These were some of the banners that I created that was one of my job tasks, was to make banners for their different events going on. And then I made flyers. This one was for a distribution of home goods. And then this one was just a flyer for the Christian Resource Center. They just needed to kind of revamp and get their name out. And then my site visit. So my first site visit was at Nineveh, which is a juvenile kind of resource place. And so they go into the prisons and meet the kids and do Bible studies, and then they provide a safe place for them to come after, and job training, and really to help those kids get themselves back on their feet. The next place I visited was the Faith Home Restoration. And this is a place for recovering drug addict women. It's a house so that they have a place to go to kind of escape and just kind of rebuild and get some education and just kind of a community of people that care. And then the next one was Job Seekers Network, and this was a really cool program. They offer job training, and they actually got voted one in the top 5 best job clubs now. And so that was really cool, getting to hear about the work that they're doing in people's lives, of people that are searching for jobs and kind of in that hopeless situation. And then my special project was one of my favorite things that I did this summer. I got to interview the Christian Resource Center staff and a few of the students as well. So I sat down with them, I interviewed them, I got to hear their stories of how they get started here, the work that they're doing, and how they've seen the needs in the communities met and the challenges that come with that, and just the growth that they've seen in the community. And then I would write up feature stories on them. And this was just amazing, getting to hear wisdom and just the growth that's happened through what these individuals are doing. And so that was just a really incredible experience, getting to hear firsthand from some of these people what they're doing and the work that they're doing in the community. And so that's all that I have. The summer was really great. I'm so thankful for the opportunity that I had to work with such an amazing organization. I learned so much and I grew, and it was really cool getting to apply a lot of the things that I've learned throughout school, a lot of the behavioral issues, a lot of the psychology backing, a lot of the theories that are applied. It really actually connects, and so it was really cool to get to actually put that to use and to kind of have some education and knowledge about their situations that made it easier to communicate and interact and really help find some solutions for them. And so thank you so much for this experience. It was so great, and thank you so much again for being so flexible with me while I finish up here. And so thank you.